Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the James Torrillo Show. My name is James Torrillo. This episode is going to be pretty much about LA sports, what's been going on with the Dodgers, the Lakers, the Rams, everything going on in LA sports right now. And there's a lot to talk about. And there's a lot of good stuff to talk about. There's some stuff we can critique, but honestly, not that much because LA sports is on top right now. The Dodgers, World Series champions. The Rams tied for first place with a record of 7-2. The Lakers 8-3. Luka Doncic is averaging 37 points a game so far to start the season. The Lakers are 8-3 without LeBron so far. I mean, this has just been a phenomenal stretch to root for Los Angeles sports teams. But real quick, I do want to introduce myself for the people that are new. My name is James Torrillo. You can call me JT. I'm going to be coming out with a new episode of the James Torrillo Show at least once a week, maybe more. And we also have the Rams Faithful podcast, which is also on this YouTube channel right here. If you're watching this, that is with myself and Jordan Bayer. Jordan is a phenomenal host on the show. He does a great job. He knows his stuff. So if you guys are Rams fans and you're watching this, then please go check it out. Thank you. But we'll get right into it. Like I said, I'm James Torrillo. I'm a fan of almost all LA sports teams. I am a Flyers fan in hockey, so if you're a Kings fan, I do apologize. We're not going to be talking too much about the Kings, but we're going to be talking plenty about the best team in baseball, maybe the best team in football, and one of the best teams in basketball, the LA Lakers. So, like I said, a lot to talk about. Let's get right into it. We'll start out with the Dodgers, the World Series champs. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, oh my goodness, this was just I, I'm kind of speechless because I don't understand how they win. I don't understand how they won. They had a batting average of, I believe it was 203 in the World Series, the lowest since 1966 from a winning team. I mean, 50 years, nobody's won with a batting average that low, and the Dodgers find a way to do it. And you can thank their starting pitching. You can thank Yoshinobu Yamamoto. You can thank Blake Snell. You can thank Tyler Glasnow. You can thank Emmett Sheehan, Roki Sasaki, Shohei Ohtani, and of course, there's more names that I'm not going to rattle them off all right now. My guy Clayton Kershaw coming in Game 3 and getting out of that jam that helps us win that game. There's just so much. Will Klein, that's another one. I mean, there's just so many guys that you can pick out that said, oh, this guy did his job, this guy did his job, that guy did his job. You can't even name them all off the top of your head. That's how many there are in the pitching staff. But I can't believe we're World Series champs. I got a new banner over here. It says 2025. I don't know if you can see it. 2025. See, there it is. I had pretty much the same one when they won last year, except it was blue. Now I got a black one. So I like how it looks with the black jersey. I think I thought it looks cool. But anyways, I can't believe they won because one of the things that the Blue Jays announcer said after the game, and people were, kind of messing with him for it. He was like, the better team didn't win. I don't know if the better team didn't win, but the better team didn't necessarily play like the better team, at least offensively. Offensively, they were not the better team, but overall, they were the better team because they won. So I don't really understand. I understand where he's coming from, but I don't necessarily agree. I think you can definitely make the argument that the Blue Jays were the better team, but they didn't get it done like the Dodgers did. The Dodgers got it done back to back years, so you really can't say that they're not the best team in baseball. They find ways to get it done, and it's awesome because how many times in the 2010s were we saying like, oh, this team just chokes in the postseason? Now it's different. Now it's they're not winning 100 games in the regular season. They won 93 this year. That's not that good, but once the postseason hits, they're just on it, and it's great to see. Even though they were the 3 seed, once they got past the Reds, I felt good because I don't like the bye that the Phillies and Brewers got. I don't like it. So if you get past the Reds in that situation, you're in a good spot. And they did. And they moved on. They beat the Phillies, which, you know, I'm in Philly territory. I'm in Hamilton, New Jersey. So I have a lot of friends who are Phillies fans. So I had the bragging rights over them for sure. But it was just an unbelievable ending to that series as well. The ball throwing it home instead of throwing it to first, and just you'll a win is a win. And the one thing I didn't like about it was like people were saying, oh well, if he doesn't do that, the Phillies would have won, the Dodgers wouldn't have won. You don't know that. You don't know that. The Dodgers still could have won that game. Do they get out of the inning? Yes. Do they get out of the whole game? Do they get out of the series? No. So, and I think the Dodgers proved that by sweeping the Brewers easily in 4 games. Shohei Ohtani had the greatest single game performance I've ever seen in any sport. I have always said that I believe Wayne Gretzky is the greatest athlete of all time. Shohei may have passed him with just that performance. I'm so serious. It was unbelievable. 3 home runs. He strikes out 10 guys in 6 innings. I mean, it's never been done before. And to do it in the postseason in a clinching game to go to the World Series is even more impressive. I don't even know what else to say. It was just unbelievable. Then you get to the World Series against Toronto. Toronto takes game 1 in dominating fashion. Shohei homers again, but this time it doesn't really matter too much. The Dodgers lose 11-4. They come back, they win game 2. Then we get to game 3. It goes 18 innings. I stayed up for the whole thing. I'm sitting right here looking at my TV the whole time. I could not believe what I was watching because it was 5-5 after 7 innings, and then nobody scored until the 18th. Nobody scored from the 7th inning to the 18th inning. That's ridiculous. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Then of course, when in doubt, you know, in my opinion, probably the most clutch athlete I've ever seen behind Kobe, Freddie Freeman, ends the game. He is so clutch. It's ridiculous. He is just so good. He wins the game. Then we get game 4 and 5 at home, back-to-back losses, thinking, all right, this might be it. You got to, backs against the wall. You got to win both now in Toronto. They get it done with the double play at the end of game 6, and they get it done with the double play at the end of game 7. Probably the greatest game 7 we're ever going to see. That was just unbelievable. I don't think that's me being biased as a Dodgers fan. I've had several people text me like, that might be the greatest game I've ever watched, and it probably is. It probably is. It's unbelievable to see how many guys, reached out to me that don't reach out to me that often, and they're like, "Wow, what a game." Like, that was unbelievable because they know I'm a Dodgers fan, and it was just unbelievable. But one more thing I do want to say about the Dodgers. I hate the ruining baseball. Like, people are like, they're ruining baseball, right? Everyone hates you. I don't care. I don't care. What? We're ruining baseball because we're too good? Oh, are you gonna nerf us? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's not like, we won like 120 games and won the World Series. We were not that good in the regular season. Then we got healthy, and then we were good. We're human. We're gonna lose games. We almost didn't win the World Series. We almost, you know, didn't beat the Phillies in game 4. You never know what could happen there. It's not like we're unbeatable, and I'll admit that. I don't think we're unbeatable. I just think we've found ways to win the last 2 years. So, I don't know. I think it's a ridiculous narrative that people think the Dodgers are ruining baseball. People think there's going to be a lockout. If there's a lockout because the Dodgers are too good, then you're just a sore loser. I think Bryce Harper on the Phillies said it best. He said, if you're complaining about what they're doing over there in LA, you're kind of a loser. And I've never had more respect for Bryce Harper than after that quote, because it's the truth. It's the truth, and that's coming from another player in the league. That's not like a fan saying that. That's another player in the MLB saying that about another team in the MLB. So he's not going to lie about that. If he didn't like what they were doing, trust me, Bryce Harper would say it. He's not the guy to be like, "Oh yeah, they're cool," when he doesn't think that. No, you wouldn't say that. So I thought that was a great quote from him. And what else can you say? The Dodgers are World Series champs. So we'll move on to football now with the LA Rams. The Rams 7-2, coming off a win against the 49ers. So speaking of the Rams in our podcast, the Rams Faithful podcast, Jordan and I recorded it 2 days ago. We live streamed it, and then it got taken down by YouTube for third-party engagement, whatever that means. I think it was because we were showing highlights on the screen, which is ridiculous. But YouTube, don't kill me. Don't take this down too. Sorry. Yeah, it got taken down, which really stinks because it was a really good episode. It was about 40 minutes long. I had a great time recording it with Jordan, and YouTube immediately took it down. I tried to appeal it, and they rejected the appeal. So that's that. So that really stunk. Um, yeah, the Rams do beat the 49ers, though, and there's no better feeling as a Rams fan than beating the San Francisco 49ers. There's no better feeling. Our biggest rival, my least favorite team, pretty much any Rams fan's least favorite team, is the 49ers. It is so great beating them. It is just awesome. Like, it is great. I love beating that team. I don't care if they had guys hurt, which I don't want to ever see guys get hurt, even if they're on the 49ers. I don't want anybody to ever be hurt. I'm not going to wish that upon anybody. But the Rams win that game regardless. The Rams dominated that game from start to finish. That was the Rams game to win. and they won it. So the Rams are now coming off of 4 straight wins going into what could be the game of the year against Seattle this Sunday. It breaks my heart, but this is the first time I'm going to be rooting against Cooper Kupp. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's the first time he's playing the Rams, and it makes me sad because he's been my favorite player for years. I never really saw him in any other uniform, but now he's going to be going up against the Rams. He deserves to have a breakout game against us, a little revenge game, but hopefully not too good to the point where he beats us. So I I don't I don't want him to do poorly. I just don't want him to win. You know what I mean? Like I can't. I can't root against him. I got a signed jersey of him over there in my room right now. I mean, I can't root against the guy, but at the same time, the Rams need to win this game, and I can't root for the Seahawks either. So, Rams Seahawks this week, both teams 7-2. Is this Sam Darnold's big chance to prove himself as a franchise quarterback? I think so. I think if the Seahawks go into LA, they steal this game from the Rams, they win the game, they prove that they're the better team. Sam Darnold needs to be talked about as a top 10, 15 quarterback in football. If he's not already. I mean, Sam Darnold's a pretty darn good player. I think he gets a bad rep because of his struggles with the Jets and with the Vikings in the playoffs last year. I think he's a very good quarterback. You saw how good that Vikings team was last year with him. You see how good the Seahawks are this year with him. And the Seahawks didn't get that much better besides improving from QB from Geno Smith to Sam Darnold. And I said it from the beginning of the season. I said, I'm pretty sure that they are going to be a better team. They were 10-7 last year with Geno Smith. Now they get Sam Darnold. Do you think they're going to be worse? No way. They're going to at least have 11 wins because they got to get better, right? And it looks like they are going to have at least 11 wins. They might have more than that. They may have 12. They may have 13. They may have 14. Who knows? They're going to be a better team. They already are a better team than last year. They missed the playoffs last year. They really should have been like 9-8 because the Rams benched their starters in the last week of the season. The Rams still almost beat them. So the Rams start their starters. They do win that game, and you know, they would have been 9-8, but still, the Seahawks have improved. They're much better. I think the receiving core has gotten better with Cooper Kupp, my guy. So I have a lot of respect for the Seahawks team. Do I like them? No. Do I have respect for them? Yes. I have a friend, Dylan, who's a Seahawks fan. We've been talking about it. We've been saying this game should have been flexed this Sunday Night Football, just out of respect for both teams, and I couldn't agree more. But there is a very good game on Sunday Night Football. It's Eagles-Lions. That's another good game, so it's not like it's some random game that's on Sunday Night Football. So can't really complain, but yeah, the Rams are in great shape. They're in a great spot. They need to win this game this week to be in first place because they'd be tied for the 1 seed if they do win this game. If they lose, they're going to be like the 6 seed because they're the 5 seed right now. So they are a game and a half ahead of San Francisco, so I'm not too worried about the Niners. We're done with the Niners for the year. We split with them. We still have to play the Seahawks 2 more times. We got to play Arizona 2 more times. Those are going to be the biggest games of the year. We also have to play Tampa Bay. We have to play Detroit. We have a lot of important games left in the NFC to play. It is going to be a very close race to see who gets those top seeds in the NFC. The Rams could be the 1 seed at the end of the regular season. They could be the 7 seed. That's how close the NFC is right now. It's crazy. So I think the Rams have done a phenomenal job so far this season. Should they have more wins than they do? Yeah, they should beat the Eagles. Yeah, they should beat the Niners. But those are their only 2 losses. It's very hard to have a perfect season. So I didn't expect them to have a perfect season, but they got to be close to perfect from now on until the end of the year if they want that 1 seed and they want a good chance to have home field throughout the playoffs going into the Super Bowl, and then hopefully they can win in San Francisco just like they did last week, but they can do it in February this time hosting the Lombardi. So another thing, Matthew Stafford is having an MVP season. It is unbelievable what he is doing. If he wins the Super Bowl and wins MVP, where do we rank him amongst quarterbacks of all time? Because that would be 2 Super Bowl wins and an MVP. And now I know I'm getting ahead of myself because there's a lot of season left to be played. But he's the MVP right now. And the Rams are one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl. They're the favorites to come out of the NFC. So I'm just saying, if he does that, that's more rings than Rodgers. That's more rings than Breeze. Not saying he's better than these guys. I'm just saying stats. It's the same amount of rings as the Manning brothers. That's more rings than Marino, obviously. That's more MVPs than a few guys. I mean, where do you rank him? Is he a top 10 quarterback if they win the Super Bowl this year and he wins league MVP? I think so. I think Stafford is a phenomenal player. I've always said that. I've always thought that he's underrated. I've always thought he's been a top 5 quarterback in the league for the last few years. I I don't necessarily think that that was a ridiculous thing to say. I always said he was better than Jalen Hurts. I always said he was better than Lamar. I always said he was better than you know, a lot of different guys, and people wouldn't agree with me. And now they finally are because they're seeing how good he really is. So I'm glad to see that happening. But on to our last subject, we go to the Lakers now. The Lakers are 8-3. They look great. Luka Doncic is averaging 37 points a game. There's not that much to talk about with the Lakers besides Luka and obviously LeBron, but he hasn't played. So they have the Thunder tonight, who are 11-1. The Thunder are just ridiculous. I mean, but it's good to see. You never want anybody to be hurt, especially LeBron. But in this case, it's if you have to find a positive out of this, it's good to see the I don't want to say utility players, but guys that aren't as they don't have as big names as Luka and LeBron. Like you see Rui or Austin Reeves has been playing the best basketball of his career these last 2 weeks. It's good to see some of these guys thrive. DeAndre Ayton, like guys like that. It's good to see them play so well when while LeBron is out, because when LeBron comes back, now you can trust them in the case where LeBron needs a rest or Luka needs a rest or something happens to LeBron again, maybe he gets hurt again. You can trust these guys and this team's a contender with or without him, and they're only going to get better with him. They're not going to get worse. I was watching ESPN earlier this morning. They were like, yeah, LeBron, when he comes back, you just got to do his role. I'm like, they're going to get better with LeBron. They're not going to get worse. Like, it's not like LeBron coming back is going to mess up anything. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was kind of silly. But another thing, like I was saying, Austin Reeves, he's been playing incredible basketball lately. He had a game a few days ago where Luka and LeBron were both out and he dropped over 50 points. He has been phenomenal. I mean, Austin Reeves is a serious elite player in this league. And I think people are finally starting to realize it because he's not like, I don't want to say not in the shadow of LeBron and Luka, but that's kind of the case. When Luka and LeBron were out, it was his time to step up. He said, okay, our two best players are out. It's my turn to shine. I have to step up. I have to make sure we win this game. And he did. So you can't really complain about much going on with the Lakers right now. They had one bad loss to Atlanta a few nights ago. That was embarrassing. But other than that, they've been great. They've been almost perfect. So Lakers are 8-3. The Rams are 7-2. The Dodgers are World Series champions. I got to be honest, I'm not a Kings fan, so I haven't been keeping up with them. But if anybody here roots for those three teams and the Kings, best of luck to the Kings. I'm a Flyers fan, so maybe we'll see you in the Cup. But I mean, the Flyers are probably not making the Cup, but it's okay. So they're on the come up. We're good. We're chilling. We're good. So that's gonna be it for this episode. I know it's a short episode, but a lot of these episodes when it's just me will be like 20, 30 minutes. So this is about the accurate time that it'll be. It'll just be a short little episode. It's not going to be like, 2 hours long. But thank you guys for watching. For those that did watch, if you watched and you liked what you saw, please leave a like and please subscribe to the channel because I'm trying to get this out to as many people as possible. I'm trying to grow my brand and I just want to be able to deliver this content to as many people as I can. It's what I love doing. So thank you guys so much for watching. Go Dodgers, go Rams, go Lakers, go LA, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Rolling down Girl Highway, big nasty.